Okay, so first things first, we need to start with the warm-up. So I want you to have your feet about hip-width apart and give me little knee bends. Okay, it's bend and bend. So starting to loosen out the knees, starting to loosen out the ankles. Think about your breathing. I'm going to count you down in 4, and I want you to lift your knees, leading with the right knee. Mirror image me. In 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Take it up and up. Not too high to begin with. And lift and lift and lift. Now reach your arms out in front. We're going to pull them back so that we warm up into the upper back. In 3, in 2, in 1. Pull it back and back. Good. So warming up between the shoulder blades then. Warming up the shoulders by taking the arms up. By getting the legs and arms moving, we're going to take the pulse rate up quite quickly. 4 more. Now pull down, raise your arms, pull it down and pull. Okay, so to help you balance, you want to pull back with the navel, engage your core muscles. So engage your abdominal muscles. Get ready to add a twist. In 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Add a twist and twist. Now your hips stay still. It's the upper body. So we're loosening out the spine here. Obviously loosening out all the joints in the body as we go. 4 more. Now reach forward, keep the knees, but reach forward. Now start to extend your leg. Now start to round out your back. Now if you start to flex the foot, you're going to feel a stretch into your back and your hamstrings. 4 more to knee lifts. Now lift your knees. Okay, now just let your arms swing. Swing and swing. 4 more to knee bends. It's 4, it's 3, it's 2. Little knee bends. So back to the beginning. Okay, so we're going to start with upper body. We've got about 5 or 6 minutes each section. Now you're going to face the right and you're going to come all the way down into a low plank position. So stand at the back of the mat, bend the knees, scoop and hollow, roll down vertebra by vertebra. We'll start with running the knees. Move to side bends, do a little bit of back extension work, come down to your forearms. Now check that you're in a good neutral position. We're going to lift the knees right and left. It's right, down and left. Now we start slowly so that you've got a chance to check your form. Breathe. So you're already feeling quite warm. Take breaks whenever you need to. So check that you're not sinking into the lower back here. Arms at a number 11. 2 more like this, and then if you can, double time it. Here we go. And it's right and left. Now if this is too much for you, go back to the slower version. If it all gets too much for you, sit back into child's pose. Watch your shoulders. Now again, if you can double time it, run the knees. Take care not to bang your knees on the ground. Deep breaths. Okay, now we're going to lift both knees together. So knees down. Now hold and stretch, release. Stretch, release. Pull up through the navel. Pull up through the waist. 4 more. 3 more. 2. Now I want you to hold. For 4, 3, 2. Now face me. Bring your right hand to your left elbow. Move round into a side plank and lift, release. Now I've got one knee down. This is a lighter level. You can have both knees together and down to make it even easier, or you can stretch both legs out. So lift it up. We're about halfway through upper body section. Okay, now hold it up. Little pulses. Pulse. Now again, pull back with the lower belly. Use your core muscles and push down through your right arm to keep the shoulder away from the ear. Okay, last 2. Now hold it for 4. It's 4, it's 3, it's 2. Now because we need to see each other, spin round, lie face down, setting up for when we come up in a minute. Lie all the way down. Have your arms in an X shape with your legs. Take it up for 2, both ends of the body. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch your legs and lift. So both ends of the body are lifting. Get the body weight right down into the pubic bone. You don't want to be rocking down onto your hip bones. Get the shoulders away from the ears. Okay, now double time. halfway down only. Stretch your legs away. Exhale. So, working all the muscles facing the ceiling. So in this first section, we're getting the core muscles working the upper body, building a girdle of strength. Hold it, and it's 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Just sit back for a moment. And we have side bends on this side now. So left arm, decide on your level. We take it up, release. Just a very small movement. So isometric exercise then. Keeps it safe. Just check your level. Bring the knees together if you need to lighten the load, or stretch your legs out. Take it up and lift. And lift. Good. Now check that your shoulder is well away from the ear. Stretch your fingers to the ceiling. Now hold it up. Little tiny lifts. It's lift and lift. So keep it going just like that, working the muscles down the side of the body here, external obliques, working your arms, your shoulders, working into the lats. Hold it. Okay, now come over onto your hands and knees. Move your hands just in front of your shoulders. You're in a nice long diagonal line for push-ups. Okay, engage your core. 4, 3, 2. Take it down for 2. We take it down for 2. Now, apart from pelvic stability, we're looking at shoulder stability here as well. Again, working your core muscles, working the entire upper body. Very effective exercise. Now singles. 8, 7. So arms just at 90 degrees at the most. Keep the shoulder blades flat against the rib cage. Lift the waist. Watch your head. Stay down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So we finished the upper body workout. Come into downward facing dog. So about 5 minutes, we've got a low V, curtsies, and high heel. So walk your feet up to your hands. You're about a forearm's distance away, facing me. Take it down for 2. Now you've got a thin slice of pizza between your feet. So don't be too overambitious. Now you're going to get lower and lower rather than higher and higher. So we take it down for 2. Now just check that you're not relying on the chair. Slide down a wall. So that's your visual, if you like. Sliding down a wall, keeping nice and even through your posture. Ear, shoulder, hip, heel. Halfway up, give me singles. Take it down and lift. Very small movement. So get down into your work zone and breathe. Shoulders back. Now if you try and have your toes turned out too much, you're going to start to fit in your knees. Hold it. Now little pulses. Pulse and pulse. Excellent. Okay, you can have your hand on your hip. Make sure your tailbone doesn't fly back behind you. We're going to wrap the knees in 4. Okay, now I want you to stay down. Now push your knees back and back. Good. You'll find a few muscles that you didn't know you had here. Pull the navel to the spine. Watch that your ribs don't flare. 4 more. Okay, now take it back to little pulses. We're going to move into a curtsy. Your right leg, your foot steps behind. Now hold it down. Take your foot behind. Make sure your body weight is balanced on both feet. Now take it down for 2. We take it down for 2 and up for 2. So sometimes you'll favour one leg over the other. I want you to just make sure that you've got your body weight balanced on both feet here. Take it down. Now halfway up, let's take some singles. Take it down. Okay, so these are very intense workouts. Be prepared to feel your legs shaking, and that's absolutely fine. It just shows that it's working. No pain though. When I say pain, no pain in your knee or your back. Stay down and pulse and pulse. Excellent. So keep thinking about your core muscles the whole time. Drop your shoulders, pull in through the waist area. We're going to take circles, 4 in each direction. Stay down, circles. Take it round in nice big circles. So just check again that your body weight is right on top of both feet. Other way, and it's round, and it's round. 2 more. Now back to little pulses. We pulse. Now we're coming back to our low V. So you bring your heels back together again and you come down a little bit lower. So come down lower. So it's a low V. You don't want to be too high here. Now down for 2, it's down for 2 and up for 2. Now in the curtsy and the high heel, you lift your heels as high as you can, but in the low V, your heels are just hovering. Okay, it's down. Now halfway up. Now give me singles. Just check. Even a small turnout can throw your pelvis out of line. So I want you to make sure that you're dropping your tailbone down to the ground. Keep the movement even smaller, even smaller. Take it down. Okay, now little tiny pulses. Pulse, and we're talking about a centimetre or so. That's all. Good. Okay. Keep breathing, deep breathing. 4 more. Now hold it down, wrap the knees, and wrap, and wrap. So we've got curtsy on the other side before we go to high heel. Nearly there with this one, and this time it'll be your left foot that goes back behind. If you can't swivel, walk it. Little pulses, and pulse, and pulse. Okay, so I don't want you to try and swivel and put too much pressure on your knees. So when you're ready, take your left foot back behind and we're coming down for 2. Now just check that you've got your body weight evenly balanced on both feet. And taking it down for 2 when you're ready. And take it down for 2. And again, so body weight firmly balanced on both feet. Very important. Now give me singles. Only halfway up now, and we're reducing the range. And I know that you're feeling it. From here, from that parallel high heel, we move on to glutes. We've got 2 exercises for each side of the body, each leg, each glute. Stay down and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. Okay, small movement, stay nice and low. 8 more, and then we've got our circles. 4 more, navel to spine, circles, round. And this should feel good for your lower back, especially if it's a little bit tight, a little bit achy. Other way, take it round. Okay, 2 more. Now back to your little pulses. Now while you're pulsing, you want to find yourself a forearm's distance away from the prop that you're using, and your feet now are in parallel high heel. So your feet are in just inside hip width. Now take it down for 2. We take it down for 2. Ear, shoulder, hip, heel in line. Pull back with the navel. Be mindful of your posture throughout. Now only halfway up and give me little singles. We take it down. Pull those heels high. Okay. Drop your shoulders. Pull in your ribs a little down. Not too high now. It's getting right into the work zone. That's what makes this so intense. Stay down, little pulses. So we get into our most challenging position and work it right there. Nice and high. So working all the muscles of the thighs. Okay, now we're going to stay down and we're going to tuck the tailbone. It goes tuck and tuck and tuck. Okay, 4 more like this, and it's 4 more. It's 3 more. It's 2. Now add a single down with a tuck. Here we go. Single down. Now single up. Now single down. Now double time. We take it down and up and down and up. 2 more. Down and up. Now stay down. Little pulses. Pulse and pulse and pulse. Okay, now sit back into yoga chair. So your heels come down. Sit back just to take some of the pressure off your thighs now. So little pulses. Let's have another set of 8 right here. So for the glutes, we have pretzel to work gluteus medius, and then we're going to have a forearm fold over to work gluteus maximus and the hamstrings. So we want to take it back to our little V to get the right position for the pretzel. Now, if you are more than a forearm's distance away, you need to move a little bit closer. Bring the heels together, but this time heels down. Just give me little knee bends. Take it down and lift, and down and lift. Now, don't have the feet too wide, otherwise you will feel it in the knees. Now stay down, shift your body weight to the left, right leg goes back, and we push, release, push, release. So the leg closest to me. So things to watch out for here is an opening up of this hip. So pull your hip around. Okay, left corner, reach. Okay, so it's behind your left shoulder, left corner of the mat, stretch back and stretch. Now your tailbone is going to want to go back as well. This is a very small movement. Right corner, take it back and stretch back. So it's back and out to the side. So we're hitting all points, all 3 points. Now we need to take one of each, starting with the center. To the center, now the left, now the center, now the left, and center, and left. Keep putting back with the navel. Let's see if we can double time it. We take it center, left, keep the leg nice and high, make the movement even smaller. So a very subtle change of direction each time, from the right center, left center. Now slowly back to the center, take it up. Now come up onto your toes of the left leg. Now as you push back, you can bend your left knee. Make sure that the knee tracks the toe. And it's 8 more. And it's 7. And it's 6. Start to straighten out your leg. And it's 4 more. And it's 3. It's 2. Hold it. A little bit lower. Breathe. Stretch and straighten. Be mindful of your posture. Now bring your heels together and take it down and lift. Okay, so very intense there. And your supporting leg does a lot of work as well. We're going to go straight on to that supporting leg now. If it gets too much, please just take a break. Okay, so I want you to stay down. I want you to take your left leg back behind, so shift your body weight to your right foot. We take it back. Very small movement. Now this time you're likely to swivel away from me. So I want you to be very mindful of that. Try and, as you push your leg back, pull your hip in. Take it to the right corner now. Squeeze it. So across the midline and back. Push back. Pull back with the navel. And breathe. Okay, so we're going to go to the left corner. We take it back and out a little, back and out. So great workout for the glutes. Now I know you're finding that you're feeling it in your standing leg. Just bear with me. Now one of each. We take it center, we take it right, and it's center and left. So watch the hip, make sure it hasn't opened up. Take care of your supporting knee. Let's double time. We take it back and side, back, other side, back and side. So gluteus medius, we're going to match that with maximus in just a moment to balance up. Now slowly back to the center, take it back. And now if you want to, come up onto the toe and bend the knee, take it down. Very small movement back there. Okay, now keep it going, but start to straighten out your leg. Point the toe, reach. Little bit of balance going on now. Don't just rely on your prop to balance. Now hold it up. Okay, now bring your feet back to parallel. Just sit back into yoga chair and sit. Little pulses, just to give you a little bit of a stretch into the glutes before we move on to a fold over. Now your forearms are resting on your prop. Stay down, shift your body weight to your left leg, right leg back behind, take it up. Now I've got the toe pointed. Now again, the hip is going to want to turn out. So you pull your hip down a little and you squeeze your leg in towards the midline. Flex your foot. Keep pushing. Now the toes will want to turn out as well. We don't want to do that. So have the toes down towards the ground. Keep the waist lifted. Relax your shoulders. Now we're going to double time this and have one of each. 1 point, 1 flex. Here we go. And it's point, flex. Very small movement. Straighten the leg out. Check your supporting leg. Knee in line with the toe. I'm going to bend the leg in half, as if you're trying to kick your bottom. Hold it high, hold it flex, squeeze in, stretch out. Keep the thigh high, keep lifted through the waist. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now hold the bend, little tiny lifts, and it's push. Push your foot to the ceiling now. And squeeze. Now come up onto your left toe. If you wish, this is optional. Push and push. Now slow it down, bend the knee, bend and lift. So your left knee is bending, your right foot is pushing up to the ceiling. Squeeze it. Lift up and lift and lift. Now hold it up, hold it up. Get ready to switch sides. Breathe. Okay, now bring your foot back down. Shift your body weight now to the right foot. Take your left leg back behind. Point the toe, lift the leg up and up. Now make the movement smaller, but stay up at the top there. Pull up through the waist. Hug your thigh to the midline. Drop your left hip. Flex the foot. Keep it going. Push your way through the heel. Squeeze it. Okay, so gluteus maximus. Biggest group of muscles in your body here. Double time, point and flex. And flex. Try and drop your hip, your left hip a little. Check that your supporting leg is comfortable. Pull up through the waist again, navel to spine. Okay, now bend your leg, squeeze in. Now at the same time, you're keeping your thigh high. So you've got the resistance. Glutes are holding the leg up. Hamstrings are being activated now. I'm sure you can feel it. Hold it, little tiny lifts. Take it up and lift and squeeze it. Keep squeezing. Come up onto your right toes if you wish. Little lifts. Now we're going to slow it down and bend the right knee as well. Here we go. We take it, squeeze. So the legs are pushing away from each other. Squeeze it and squeeze. And it's 4 more. And it's 3. And it's 2. Now hold it up. Hold it there. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Excellent. Well done. Just sit back. So we have round back and neutral position for the abdominals now. So when you're ready, I want you lying down. And I want you propped up on your forearms. Elbows under the shoulders, knees are bent. We're going to take some tucks. Now stay lifted. We tuck the tailbone under like this and release. So tuck, release. Now what we're trying to do here in round back is open up the spine, decompress the spine, working the abdominal muscles. Now if you need to, take the elbows wider. So we want to try and get the back of the pelvis down into the mat. Pull down. Then we're going to challenge the abdominal muscles and the position of the pelvis by using the legs. Okay, now hold it down. Now lift your right leg. Take it up for 2 and down. Now other leg. Take it up for 2. Now double time. Lift. Don't let the pelvis move. Stay lifted out from the shoulders. Now double time if you can. So now you have to work a lot harder. Don't rely on your arms. Keep putting back with the belly. Scoop and hollow. We want you to do the same thing with our legs up. So keep your legs up now. Stretch the leg out and in. Nice and slow to begin with. Pull back with the waist here. Pull the navel to the spine. Okay, now double time. And stretch. So single leg stretch. Try and take some of the weight off the arms. Pull back with the waist. Start to take it lower. Good. Now take it higher again. Keep your legs straight. Now we scissor and scissor. Pull back. Stay lifted. I'm sure you're feeling this now. I'm sure you're feeling it. We're nearly there. Start to take it a little bit lower, but not if you feel it in your back. You're going too far if you feel it in your back. Now hold it out. Lower your body all the way down. If this is too much, bend the knees to tabletop. Pilates 100. We pump the arms and pump and pump. Okay, so just the tip of the shoulder blades touching the mat. If you want to work harder, you take your legs lower. Pull up the pelvic floor. Turn your legs out to activate the psoas. Stay nicely lifted. We're going to finish with some double leg stretches. If you've had enough, pull your thighs in. Okay. Now bend the knees. Now your arms and legs stretch away. Stretch away. Now hold the knees bent. Take the hands behind the head. We take it side and side. Okay, push your head into your hands now. Keep the hips absolutely still. Almost there. Last 8. Now try not to push off the shoulder blade. Use your abdominal muscles. Use your obliques. And it's 4 more. It's 3. It's 2. It's 1. And release. Excellent work. Hug your thighs into your chest. Let your head roll from side to side. And we are going to move into our stretch. Okay, so first of all, I just want you to take a minute in Shavasana. Allow the mind and body to assimilate the changes that you've made. Take long, slow, deep breaths. Okay, and then from there I want you to bring your right leg in towards the chest, hold behind the thigh, stretch your left leg out along the ground, and then from there, with the foot flex, start to straighten the legs that we can stretch out into the hamstrings, gluteus maximus. Long, slow, deep breaths then. Your legs worked very hard. Okay, now bend the knee, slide your other foot in and take your ankle across the thigh. And then use your core muscles to help bring your leg up. Hold behind the thigh and just breathe. Each time you exhale, see if you can bring the leg a little bit closer. Take care, most of us have got fairly tight hips, tight into the glute area, and you don't want to feel this in your knees, so don't be too overambitious. Just enjoy the stretch deep into the glutes. A little bit more to the side now. And the breathing really helps release and relax. Now if you've got lots of time, you can do these stretches and stay here much longer. Otherwise, I want you to take your left leg back down to the ground, stretch it out, pull the right thigh in, and then send the flexed foot up towards the ceiling. So this is really an express workout. It's easy to, or easier to fit into a day than an hour long. But you might want to do some stretching the next day, especially if you feel you're aching a bit. Let the belly relax, let your shoulders relax, and then you can bend your left leg, take the right ankle across, and then getting into gluteus medius. Long, slow, deep breaths. So these bar workouts are very much about strength, so we need to match that with our stretching as well. In a longer class you could stretch along the way, but the idea of that was that it was an intense short class. Now, release. You can take your feet back down to the ground first if you like. Stretch your arms out. And then as you exhale, take your knees over to one side. Now, you want to try and keep the shoulders down, but don't force it. If you find that you can't get the knees down to the ground or keep the knees together, you can always use pillows or blocks or a rolled up towel. Now you can turn your head in the opposite direction to your legs so that we get a nice spiraling effect right the way through the spine. So 2 or 3 breaths here, and then again you might want to bring your legs up one at a time. Watch your backs with this, and then take the knees in the other direction, turn your head away. Be prepared for the differences you feel on the 2 sides of your body. So don't force yourself. So here, apart from the mobility for the spine, flexibility for the back muscles, again over the outside thigh area, into the shoulders as well, upper body, getting a nice stretch there. Now from there, you can use your hands to push yourselves up into a sitting position. And if you are a little bit tight into the hips, you might want to fold up a blanket and sit up on it. We're going to be sitting in easy cross-legged. And I want you to have your hands on your thighs, and I want you to inhale as you open up the chest, and then exhale as you round out your back. I'm just going to do that a couple of times. And then from there, interlace your fingers back behind you. Gently squeeze your shoulder blades together and try and bring the heel of the hands together as well. Don't worry if you can't straighten your arms, that's fine. So stretching out the chest and the biceps here. And release. From there, just bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop out to the side. You can turn the soles of the feet up. If you're still up on a block and you need to come down for this, you can. But really, ideally, you want your knees lower than your hips. So if you are a little bit tight, it's not quite so easy. And you can add a little bit of butterfly movement here as well. So from here, we're going to come up with the feet about hip width apart into a little bit of a squat on our toes. And then from there, we're going to come into a forward fold. So from there, just start to lift the hips. But don't have the legs so straight that you are feeling it in your back. You really want to have your upper body draped over your thighs. And then vertebra for vertebra, roll all the way up to the top. Now you can go back to your support, or you might be close enough to a wall to hold on. We just want to stretch out the quads, and you might just want to challenge yourself at the end of that workout with a little bit of a balance. Try and keep the hips level, try and keep the thigh in. So the thighs really do work very hard in bar. And then let's try the other side. Fix your eyes on something that isn't moving is a good way to do this. You can always raise an arm, pull back with the belly. That will help with your balance. And release. Give your shoulders a couple of circles. Then take a nice big deep breath in. And breathe out. And you've finished. Well done. I know you would have worked very, very hard in that workout.